The ultimate tank killer. How the upgraded A-10 Warthog shocked the world. That distinctive is one of the most feared sounds on any modern battlefield. And it comes from one aircraft, the A-10 Warthog.
So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right.
The legend. For nearly 50 years, this aircraft has haunted enemy armor. Tankers dread it. Ground troops love it. And just when the world thought its time was up, the Warthog came back meaner than ever. Today, we're diving deep into why the A-10 refuses to die, and why the latest upgrades have made it more dangerous than at any point in its history. Where it all began. To understand why the A-10 matters, you have to go back to the Cold War. The 1960s. NATO planners are staring down a nightmare scenario. Thousands of Soviet tanks pouring through the Fulda Gap into Western Europe. The question wasn't if they'd come, it was what could stop them. The Vietnam War had already exposed a brutal truth. Ground troops needed dedicated air support. Not fast jets screaming through at 600 miles per hour. They needed something that could loiter, that could find the enemy, and destroy them, up close. The U.S. Air Force responded with the AX program, Attack Experimental. Two companies made the final cut, Northrop with the YA-9A, and Fairchild Republic with the YA-10A. After extensive testing, the YA-10A won, and history was about to be made. The gun. Here's where things get interesting. The Air Force's requirements included one non-negotiable, an absolutely devastating cannon. What they got was the GAU-8/A Avenger, a 30mm rotary cannon so massive, so powerful, that aviation enthusiasts joke the aircraft was designed around the gun, not the other way around. Nearly 4,000 rounds per minute. Depleted uranium rounds capable of punching through tank armor like it's cardboard. The GAU-8 didn't just define the A-10. It became the A-10. And backed by AGM-65 Maverick missiles, laser-guided rockets, precision bombs, and cluster munitions, the Warthog could engage virtually anything on a battlefield. Built to survive. But here's what separates the A-10 from every other attack aircraft ever built. It wasn't just designed to fight. It was designed to absorb punishment and keep flying. The pilot sits inside a titanium armor bathtub. Over 1,200 pounds of protection against ground fire and shrapnel. Critical systems are fully duplicated. If one fails, the other takes over. The fuel system? Self-sealing tanks. Armored lines. Fire suppression. An explosion that would destroy another aircraft might barely slow this one down. And those twin General Electric TF-34 engines? Mounted high on the fuselage, away from ground debris, harder for heat-seeking missiles to lock on. This wasn't over-engineering. This was philosophy. Fly home no matter what. Kim Campbell, 2003. During the 2003 invasion of Iraq, Captain Kim Campbell's A-10 took catastrophic battle damage. Hydraulic controls. Gone. Most pilots would have ejected. She flew the aircraft home, manually, and landed safely. That's what the Warthog is built to do. Proving the critics wrong. For years, critics lined up to bury the A-10. Stealth jets will replace it. Modern air defenses will destroy it. The F-35 does everything it does, but better. And yet, every time the A-10 went to war, it dominated. Desert Storm. 1991. Over 900 Iraqi tanks destroyed. More than 2,000 military vehicles eliminated. Approximately 1,200 artillery pieces gone. Then Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. Ground forces kept asking for the same aircraft. Not the F-22. Not the F-35. The Warthog. Section 6. The upgrades that changed everything. So the Air Force made a decision. Don't retire the A-10. Reinvent it. The 10C upgrade program brought the aircraft into the digital age. Modern cockpit displays, precision-guided munitions, digital data links connecting pilots directly to troops on the ground. Then came Suite 9, one of the most significant changes in the aircraft's history. Joint Terminal Attack Controllers, the soldiers who call in airstrikes from the front lines, could now digitally transmit exact target coordinates directly to the pilot. No more relying purely on voice commands. No more margin for error. Faster targeting. Fewer mistakes. More lives saved. Pilots could now engage multiple enemy positions in a single attack run. Suite 10 pushed further. Laser-guided rockets with extended range, smart bomb integration, real-time threat sharing between aircraft. And Suite 11 is already on the way. Enhanced displays, hardened GPS systems, upgraded communications, and expanded weapon compatibility. Oh, and the wings? Starting in 2007, the entire fleet received brand new wings, dramatically extending service life and cutting maintenance time. The Warthog wasn't aging. It was evolving. Section 7. What it can do today. The upgraded A-10 can carry up to 16,000 pounds of ordnance on a single mission. Dams, laser-guided bombs, small-diameter bombs, Maverick missiles, Sidewinder air-to-air missiles, rockets, mines, and yes, still that iconic GAU-8 Avenger cannon. No aircraft on the planet combines that firepower with that survivability and that ability to stay on station, providing persistent, responsive support to troops in contact. That combination is why it's still here. That combination is why the retirement keeps getting delayed. Closing. The A-10 Warthog was built for a Cold War that never turned hot. But the wars that did happen proved something the Pentagon didn't fully expect. Close air support isn't a relic. It's a requirement. And no aircraft in history has ever done it better. From that titanium cockpit to that thundering cannon, the Warthog isn't a museum piece. It's a warning. Still flying. Still hunting. Still the most feared tank killer in the sky. Outro/subscribe CTA. If you want more deep dives on legendary military aircraft, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Which aircraft should we cover next?
Finally make a move, I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, think of you and all the you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass